This is how you get all of the Monolith Weapons and Armor set early in Stalker 2. It's basically a reskinned blue camouflage armor set and weapons like the assault rifle, SMG and pistol that you can find right at the start of the game. And this video is going to cover how to start this quest, where to find all of the stash locations in the starting area of the lesser zone. And I will be doing a guide for each zone. But just so you know, these stashes won't appear for you in the game unless you start the quest, Seek and you shall find. Now you'll get this quest after reaching the first safe town of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, right here in the center of the first zone. Pretty much just follow the main quest and you end up here. Now once you arrive, you'll need to complete the first main quest where you help either the stalkers or wardens. The quest you need to finish is called A Needle in a Haystack. And as soon as you finish it, you'll automatically get the quest Seek and you shall find, which we need to start locating these special stashes. Now after triggering that quest, the first thing you need to do is head back to the weapons merchant safe house in town, and in your stash you're going to find a flash drive from a mysterious journalist, which marks a bunch of dead drop locations on your map. But if you didn't buy the deluxe edition or ultimate edition of Stalker 2, this quest won't actually appear for you. So you have two options. You can either upgrade to the deluxe or ultimate edition, and you'll see if it's worth it in just a moment. Or you can watch my other video where I show you how to get the same weapons, but they just won't have these cool camo skin effects on them. To be honest, if you do upgrade, it's actually a stronger start than if you don't, but it's not too big of a difference. So once you find this flash drive in your stash, your map will be updated with all the locations of the journalist stashes. And while they're easy to see on the map, actually reaching them can involve puzzles, stealth, and even parkour. Now the first stash is located just north of S.T.A.L.K.E.R town. So close it's almost in the town itself. It's just behind the warden building and we can see the aerial just there in the distance. This is the wooden shack and you don't actually need to go inside it, but it's actually located on the roof. So to get on the roof, we need to use this blue truck and basically jump on the front bumper. It's a bit janky, but you will be able to vault up by climbing onto the bumper. And then from here, you can just hop onto the roof and then drop back down onto the door overhang here. Then if you turn around, you can go and sneak into the loft. And it's here in this little shack you will find the first stash location. Now inside you're going to find a Mercenary light suit, which is honestly the best armor you can get this early in the game for its physical protection, environmental resistance, and it's also very low weight considering all the defenses it offers. It's also got a cool blue camo underlayer that goes with the rest of the Monolith weapon and armor set, and you can obviously further upgrade the suit with better armor components in town as well. Also, the suit has 3 anomaly slots, which is great to have this early on in the game. Now in the same stash, we actually find the PTM Monolith, a blue camo pistol of the Monolith, and you'll know about the Monolith if you've played previous Stalker games. But you should note that this pistol is technically worse than Skiff's pistol, which you start the game with, because Skiff's pistol is actually weightless. So unless you add any attachments onto it, it's always going to be better to carry around a weightless pistol. But the Monolith pistol only weighs 0.5 kilograms, so it's up to you if you want to look cool or not. Finally, you also find another flash drive with some extra lore on it. But now we're on to the second stash, and this one is a bit further north from the town of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, right in the north of the lesser zone near the river, just here on the map. And the journalist stash is located here, but it's on top of a rooftop. So to actually access the roof, you need to come all the way to the back of the compound near the river here. And just over here on the map, there's actually a ladder that allows you to access the top of the compound. So you can see this is the river, and this is obviously the compound here. This big white building is the one we need to get on top of. So to do that, we're just going to run around the side here. There's a red brick building that meets the white building, and this is where you're going to find the ladder. So let's just go ahead and climb up there. Now there will actually be a bandit inside this building who has a very good sniper rifle with very high damage and the best accuracy in the game. So I'd recommend grabbing that from him. But the whole place inside is booby traps. So if you do that, do take care of all the booby traps. I already covered it in another video, but I just thought I'd mention it here too. So once you slop down there, you'll find the stash just on the roof here, and that's going to give us the 80 FMJ rounds and obviously the Viper Monolith itself. which has the highest rate of fire but a low damage and low penetration. So this is what the weapon looks like. It's got that sick blue camouflage effect and it looks really cool to behold. Now the Viper has 3 ranges of fire: single fire, burst fire, or fully automatic. The single fire option is great for conserving ammo and also making headshots at range, while the fully automatic is perfect for those situations that just require you to let loose. Now if you go back to Cilicia and you go to the gun trader just here, and if you speak to him, you'll find a holographic sight that you can attach to either the Viper 5 or the assault rifle we're about to get next. There's also a bunch of upgrade options for this weapon, like for example, changing the caliber to boost the damage, or giving it some armor piercing power to take on those harder foes. The next stash in the lesser zone is located just here, southwest from the Cilicia bar, just over here in this military compound, specifically right here on the roof of this building. If you actually come to the north side of the compound and go along this wall here, it is possible to sneak inside. You'll find a ladder on the roof just here, and the stash itself is on top of the roof. So you can see that is the compound, and this is the wall I was talking about. And on that watchtower, all the way at the top there, you can see a guy keeping watch. There's also some enemies down there, so we need to take care. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk along the side here and try and make sure the guy in the watchtower can't see us. And this is pretty much the entrance. But there are some guys usually pretty close here. We might be able to sneak in if we're careful. And then just come behind these barrels here. And come to the left of this tank. You can see there's a ladder here. That's not the ladder we're aiming for. Just make sure the guy on the watchtower doesn't spot us. I think he's actually looking at some mutants right now. And then we can get over here and we need to climb up this ladder. And there's going to be an assault rifle in this next one with a camo print. It's just on the roof here, and I think someone can see us. Let's quickly grab this cache. Like so. And then we can literally hide behind the pillars. This is kind of like a safe spot. So if you look in your inventory, you can see we got an AR-416 Monolith. Is that a frag landing right next to me? We're good. So this is the AR-416 Monolith. This is basically an AR-416 with a camo pattern. And this is what it looks like. Pretty damn awesome looking gun. We also get 60 rounds for the weapon as well. If you're wondering where the other stash is, by the way, it's underground. You can't actually get it from here. So this is the blue camouflage assault rifle. And as you can see, I've also equipped it with the red dot sight from the gun merchant, which really improves the aiming on this weapon. If I compare it to the iron sights, it is a lot easier to aim. You can swap it between fully automatic and single fire, which obviously makes the weapon far more accurate with less recoil, versus putting it on fully automatic. Much harder to aim. Now we have the full Monolith weapon and armor set, but there's actually lots of other secrets to find scattered throughout the other zones. So check out the next video on how to get to the other journalist stashes just here. Because after completing the main quest in the lesser zone, you'll unlock the next area to explore.